Say 5 things I've been doing wrong in the last 48 hours. Okay, let's see. I played games poorly. I begged for money. I snorted and cleared my throat too much. I told bad jokes. And I breathed. Top 5 things I did wrong in the last 48 hours. I know for a fact, I'm trying to center the camera, by the way, if you can't tell. I know for a fact that we're going to have great content coming. The question is, what do we do in the holes between? What do we do in the meantime? All right? So we're going to have an honest discussion about it, starting with talking about how yesterday went. Because yesterday I played both Multiverses and Hades
He won't stop shaking for some reason. What the fuck is he doing?
2. Okay? And I feel like we're in a situation where there's options, but the options aren't clear what to do. All right? Allow me to outline what's going on, particularly this year of 2024, because today is now June 2nd. So we are almost halfway through the year. You know, we're halfway through at the end of June, but 5+ months into the year. Honestly, can you name me the top 10 games of this year? Can you even name 10 games that would be a Game of the Year contender in 2024? You know, I'm having a hard time this year finding games that will even keep my interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was release timing, whether it was just too much more of the same, whether it was games that were just utter disappointments, okay? There's just been really bad timing around games, and just it hasn't been a great year. You know, usually, here on DSP Gaming.
Shut the fuck up. You've skipped so many fucking games, and you've played games that are old, like Fallout 4, that no wonder you can't name a single fucking game for 2024. Animal Well. Everybody's loving this game. I didn't play it, so I can't give my own personal opinion, but everyone's been loving it. Dragon's Dogma 2. He started playing it, but he absolutely fucking hated it because RPG overload. Shut the fuck up, DSP. And just recently released Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, although it's a remake, HD visuals added to whatever. So technically, I guess it's not a new game, but it is newly released. Just like Persona 3 Reload was newly released. Like, there's been several games that have been released. You just refuse to fucking play any of them. You just won't play any of them. Like, what the fuck, DSP? How are you going to refuse to play every single game that came out this year and then, guys, I don't get it. Every game that came out this year sucks. I can't think of a single one that's good. But you haven't played any of them. People really like Stellar Blade. Yes, all boobies controversy. But people who actually played it liked it. People actually played the game said it's actually a really good fucking game. Unicorn Overlord. Another game that a lot of people said is really fucking good. But wait a minute. He skipped that game as well. DSP. If you skip every single game that releases in 2024, no wonder you can't think of a single fucking game that's good. No wonder there's not a single game that you played this year that you thought was 2024 Game of the Year because you haven't played any of them. And if you did, you immediately dropped them because, guys, the game doesn't hold my hoof. Guys, there's women in it. Guys, help!
In a given year, you can point out all the big releases coming out and say, these are the ones I'm really excited to see Phil play and I'm anticipating them, correct? Same for me. I say, these are the games that I'm anticipating playing this year. This year, every time someone asks me that question, I'm like, I really don't know. You know, I just don't. I don't know what to say.
There's also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Just thought about that one. Hades 2 early release or early access, whatever. I really liked it. Once it gets full release later in the year, it's probably going to be fucking amazing. Definitely going to be a Game of the Year contender.
These games don't stand out. The ones that you try end up kind of not being as good as you hoped, or they fizzle out, or they just don't retain an audience. You know what I'm saying?
And shit, didn't Helldivers 2 come out this year? Helldivers 2, before Sony went and fucked it all up, was one of the hottest games of the year. I was going to be playing it, and then Sony shit the bed. But Sony shitting the bed and the game not being good are two different things. The game is actually really fucking good. And he plays it.
It's a little different for me than a common person who just plays a video game. Not only do I have to entertain myself with a game, I have to entertain a live audience, correct? And that's
And the only time you're entertaining to your live audience isn't for all the wrong reasons.
challenging, especially when this year there have been way too many of the same style of game, i.e. lengthy ass RPGs that all came out within about a 3 to 4 month period back to back. They all killed themselves off.
The 4-month period, back to back, guys. 4-month period, back to back. Maybe the reason it felt that way for you is because it takes you 4 months to beat one game. Maybe if you sat down and played the game and beat it, it wouldn't feel like it was back to back. It'd be, all right, guys, I beat it. When's the next one coming out? Next one doesn't come out for 3 weeks. All right, guys, well, I guess I'll play more Street Fighter 6 for the next 3 weeks until the new RPG drops. But you don't do that. You take for fucking ever with every single game. You literally take a 6-hour game and make it 4-day streams.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, that Grand Blue RPG, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's just a few. There's like another 5 in there that I didn't even mention. Within like...
There's a couple of those you didn't actually play, though, like the Grand Blue RPG.
3 months, they just killed each other's momentum. It was so hard to entertain any kind of interest on these long-form RPGs. And the one that I finished, Like a Dragon, I got yelled at the entire time for even finishing. So, I had more interest this year so far on the fighting game content I did with Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6, with the Return to Elden Ring playthrough, with the Another Crab's Treasure playthrough, right? And with Fallout 4 than I have with anything else this year. That includes all new releases that I tried to play. They just didn't work, okay? And this is an oddity, because usually in the early part of the year, we got a ton of big giant games. Just last year, you had Hogwarts Legacy, which admittedly didn't retain interest the whole way through, but still had a humongous hype beginning. Resident Evil 4 Remake, really great horror remake with new content, you know, was really great. And that's just off the top of my head, 2 giant games that everyone loved. I can't tell you one this year. None. 0. Right? So because of that.
Part of that is also Jin Brain. You'll be playing a game and then forget what game you're playing as you're playing it, so that's not saying much.
I have to make decisions on what we're going to be playing on this channel. And I keep asking you guys for honest feedback. And, you know, I get different...
And again, he's not stopped moving. He has not sat still for a single fucking second. This is not sped up. This is regular speed. I didn't want to speed up, be like, oh, well, the reason he looks like he's shaking and vibrating and all that is because you sped up. Like, no, this is regular speed. He has not stopped moving.
Different kinds of feedback from time to time. And, you know, one of the things that over the years people have always asked me for was variety and covering the styles of games that usually I ignore. A lot of people have said that one of the big things and problems with DSP gaming is that I don't cover the small scale games ever, right? I always cover the big ones, but I never really go to the indie market. You never see me playing these small games that get viral popularity. I tried to change that this year. I played Helldivers, correct? And it blew
And that was from this year, for as far as I know.
up in popularity. I played it for a while, and then what happened? It fizzled out. We played it for about a month. It got repetitive and boring, and as of now, there's no new content for it. You know, I'm still following it. They haven't really updated it in a while, and people are actually starting to criticize the game, saying that they might kill their own game if they don't start updating it because there's nothing new to do in it. That's not good.
You also refused to work with your teammates. You had no audio. You had no talking. It was just you running off on your own. Then I was like, what the fuck is that guy doing? I don't know. Well, since we're coordinating together, we're going to go just get this objective done. We're going to get this mission done. What the fuck? Is that guy's going for the main thing? There's like 12 different submissions we got to do. I mean, we don't have to do them, but you do these 12 submissions, it helps out the whole squad more. Nope, not DSP, just run off for the main objective, ignoring the 12 different submissions and subquests and all that to do. Like, oh, hey, objective, capture these 5 points before you beat the game or before you beat that round. Nope, he's running off to do the main thing to beat it as quickly as possible.
Right? So, you know, I'm doing my best. Now, one of the things that people have asked for is for me to play PC games, right? Now, Some people are completely misinformed, which is hilarious. They say, you've always had a PC, you just refuse to play PC games.
Boom.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You've always had a PC, and now you have a PC and a laptop and a mini PC, plus a PC sitting in the closet. You have so much fucking tech that's sitting there collecting dust that you don't fucking use. He literally uses a brand new laptop to check chat and tips. That's literally all he uses that laptop for, is chat and tips. He could be doing all the streaming through that. He could be doing video gameplay through that and check chat or whatever on his regular PC.
Runs away.
I have a PC over there that's 10 years old, okay? When I bought it, I wanted to play, record, and stream games, and it couldn't even do it when I bought it. I'm not saying it's a lemon, it's not. But basically, I had a rude awakening when I bought that PC that you can't just do everything on one rig. You essentially, if you're going to be a PC gamer, and you're going to play high-end games, you kind of either need a premium rig or you need 2 PCs, you know? So, you know, in the last year, or the last decade is what I meant to say.
Holy shit, he is twitching. He is... What the fuck are you on, DSP?
On and off played some PC games on it, and most of them end up not running so well. So we kind of just laid back and said, we're not going to do it anymore. Let's focus on console, because this PC is just not up to snuff for playing games, right? So for a lot of people who say things like, oh, he just ignored PC gaming, that's baloney. I would have done PC games. That was my intention when I bought this PC 10 years ago. It didn't work out. It wouldn't even play like Rage, which was the game that I tried when it first launched. It didn't even run well on this. It was choppy. So what do, right?
I don't know, maybe get a laptop and then use... Oh, you do have a laptop! You just refuse to use it for anything other than chat and tips. Which I don't fucking get. You could have hooked that up to your TV and used that instead of needing a... You didn't need a mini PC. That laptop's probably more powerful than his mini PC.
Anyway. So fast forward to the present day, I have a mini PC, right? This was donated to me last year, and quite honestly, I haven't really implemented it yet. I always intended I was going to do this kind of content on it. This is going to be a whole new audience for me. People have said over the years, this is the style of gaming you ignore. Why do you ignore it? You should totally be playing indie games and more PC.
He's twitching, he's tweaking, he's scratching.
PC-centric games, and now you have a mini PC that will run them. Not to say it's going to run high-end games. It's not. Anything graphically intensive, it probably won't run. But why don't you dabble more in indie games, right? So we've been waiting, and we just had that opportunity. We did an Indies Marathon a little over a week ago. It went well, right? I had a great time. We picked out 3 games during the marathon that said, hey, these could all be future playthroughs that I do. Correct? I mean, this all happened. I didn't, imagine any of this. This has all been happening over the last decade. People saying, I don't play enough PC stuff. I ignore it. That's unfortunate. Please implement that into my content. And I haven't really had opportunity to do so. Now I have opportunity to do so. Correct? Okay, fair enough. We can all agree that this has all happened. I didn't, just invent this in my head. I'm not hallucinating, right? Now, in addition to that,
you might be hallucinating with the way you're tweaking. What the fuck are you on?
People have said that I should try to play games as soon as they come out. Don't wait. Jump on a game as soon as it's out, because that's when the iron is hot or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And you are infamous for striking while the iron is cold. Guys, for the past 3 years, you've been asking for Minecraft, so I'm finally playing it and no one's showing up. You've been asking for it for 3 years. Well, yeah. After a while, they gave up. And they left. They moved on. Guys, I can't play that. It's on PC. More than a decade later. Alright, guys, I'm finally playing this game on my mini PC. What? No one's showing up. But, guys, I've been asking for this for 10 fucking years. I finally got around to playing it, and you guys aren't giving me money for it. Because you waited too fucking long.
And with PC games, that's my problem, is that I just never did that. I always waited, and I would play stuff late. Like Helldivers 2, I waited a couple of months to play it. Well, you know what? Admittedly, I was misinformed on the game. I was told you can't play it solo, that you need a team. Apparently, I was misinformed, because now...
Oh my fucking god. You don't play... It's not a solo game. It is a team game. You work with a team. You work together with a team to do shit. Holy fuck, DSP. The issue is you're supposed to work with a team, but you don't. You're supposed to work with a team. You're supposed to coordinate. You're supposed to use voice chat to figure out, okay, the main objective is take out this nest. But we need to secure this satellite so we can send, relay information back to base, and we need to take this part of this creek river thing, and we need to do all these things. We get a bunch of bonuses, we get extra materials, we get more experience, and they coordinate that. Unless you're DSP, then you just run out for the main objective. It's like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Hey, buddy, we want to get these objectives done so we can get more experience and more bonus materials that we need for upgrading stuff. Then DSP, guys, I don't have enough orange material, guys. This is bullshit. If I had enough orange material, I could upgrade to the flamethrower that you guys keep telling me to use for bug missions, but I don't got enough orange material. Well, gee, if you coordinated with a team and you did all the submissions and subquests and stuff, where the rewards and bonuses are more orange material that they need for upgrading, maybe you would have had enough.
Now, I know you could just jump in, jump out, drop in, drop out. I didn't know that. Now I know that. And, in a lot of ways, it's very hard to get an education on every single game that's out there now, because there's misinformation and people represent them differently than you would, you need to know. I need to know what a game is before I can even decide if I'm going to play it or not, and
Why don't you look it up? It's literally your job. This is your business. Why don't you ever look this shit up on your own?
Admittedly, I would have played Helldivers 2 earlier if I had known that I could have played it the way that I did play it. I thought that you needed a dedicated team and it was basically unplayable without talking, and that's not the case, okay? But anyway, so being told, strike when the fire's hot, play when the games are new, right? All right, fair enough. I'll make an effort to do that, right? So the situation that we're in right now, all right? Fallout 4 is doing decently. It's not doing amazingly, but it's doing decently. It's bringing in that crowd of chill vibe style gamers who want to hang back and be entertained by a relaxing game that's a classic to them. A game I've only played once, so it's my second exposure to the game, which is great. It's not like I know everything about the game. It looks amazing now with my new setup and everything. We're having a good interactive time when I play it. You know what I'm saying? It does well. It's doing decently. Every time I play it, good crowd comes out. Regulars and supporters. So
oh my God,
it's working in the rotation. Street Fighter 6.
I seriously.
It's working, but it's working for a certain crowd. The fighting game crowd. Those who are interested to see me either play competitive games online or fighting games in particular. It's not everybody.
And the trolls love it because you get so fucking salty.
I know probably about half my audience doesn't care about fighting games, and that's because for a decade, I basically didn't care about fighting games, right? In the last year, I have gotten way back into the competitive arena of fighting games. I'm better now, and now I have a uniquely awesome setup where I can actually play at a higher level because of no input lag. And I get it, some people don't care, but some people do. Street Fighter is working. Whenever I play it, people show up, and people are supporting Street Fighter in general, so that's working, okay? So I have no complaints about Fallout 4, Street Fighter. Every once in a while, you're having an odd night or an odd stream where attendance is lower, support is lower, but that's just par for the course, any business, it's fine, okay? For me, it's filling in the other gaps, okay? It's filling in the other gaps. I don't know what else to fill in. What do I do to fill in the other time slots for gameplay?
First of all, pick your nose on stream, always a good thing to do. Second, I don't know, maybe do a poll on your channel. Then instead of saying, whatever you guys pick the most is stupid, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pick the one that got the least amount of votes. Fuck you. If people go, hey, make sure you throw in a Souls game that you missed into rotation, because we really like watching you play the Souls-style games. So play Mortal Shell, play the Surge 2, play something like that. And if they vote for it, then fucking play it.
Between these games, 'cause I can't just play Fallout 4 and Street Fighter 6 constantly for the next 3 weeks, right? So seeing everything that was going on, and hearing everyone's feedback, right? Basically, people say, play things when they're new, branch out and play bigger variety of games. Okay, great. Sounds good. I got a mini PC. Let's play Hades 2 right now. It just dropped. It's literally white hot popular against the PC gaming crowd.
And he still waited about a week.
PC gamers are into it right now, and it's brand new. It's just came out a few weeks ago, okay? What about Multiverses? It literally just dropped, not even a week ago.
Multiverse is an old game. It just relaunched. And again, Hades 2, he didn't hit it. He didn't play it. I played it when I could. I didn't know it was released yet. And then he said, oh, hey, guys, today Hades 2 just released. So I immediately went, during this, I was streaming at the time. I immediately went on my computer, bought it, downloaded it, played it later. DSP, guys, if you really want to see me play Hades 2, donate the game to me. Then maybe during my Indies marathon a month from now. So you didn't play when it was white hot popular. You waited like a month to fucking play it.
Right? It's brand new. It's something to
It was brand new.
explore. Okay? So I am playing the new stuff. All right? At the same time that I'm saying all of this. All right? There is a mentality among people, all right, that I should just play whatever I want. Like, I mean, Phil, I don't know why you ask these questions for feedback or whatever. I just don't,
Because the majority of the time you ignore it.
because you should just be playing whatever you want. If you play whatever you want, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be entertained. It's going to come through in the content. People are going to like it, and it's all going to work out, right? Okay, that's the feedback I get, right? Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about what's going on currently. Fallout 4, Street Fighter 6 doing well. Multiverses. I tried to play it on launch day, didn't even work. Okay? I couldn't even get into the server. And I wasn't going to waste an entire stream sitting here like an idiot, clicking, trying to get into the server. Oh, I've done that before. I did that with Street Fighter 5. I did that with GTA Online. I've wasted entire days. Remember Overwatch 2? I'm not doing that anymore. If a game doesn't work at launch, I'm out of there. I'm going to come back when the game works, for sure. I'm not going to waste my time and the viewers' time. We're going to do other stuff. So I came back the next day, all right, and we played it. And admittedly, when I played Multiverses on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, I already noticed the drop-off in interest because it wasn't launch day. There's nothing I could do about that. The game did not work on launch day, right? And the game didn't run very well on Xbox. But
Man, holy fuck, that was a hell of a twitch.
Basically, I was really enjoying the game, trying to get back into it, right? I liked the gameplay. I just didn't like how the game performed on Xbox. It was choppy, freezing, unfreezing, really stupid, okay? So we played it again on PlayStation 5 yesterday, and this is what I want to get to. So yesterday, I'm playing Multiverses on PS5, all right? And again, I'm trying different characters and stuff. It's not like, oh, Phil's only playing one character and he refuses to even explore the game. Oh no, so far I've used Bugs Bunny, Iron Giant, the new character Banana Guard. I did a little bit of Jason Voorhees and Velma. So 5 characters in 2 sessions. I've already played with 5 different characters and tried them out, right? I wish I could play with more, but you know, the game is limited with who you can use. I'd love to use Agent Smith or Joker, but they're locked, right? I can't do anything. That's the game model that they put into the game. When I played it yesterday, it performed like...
That's gotta annoy him. Guys, I want to spend $16.51. Why can't I just spend $16.51, guys?
much better. It wasn't freezing, and it wasn't having those graphical issues, but the connections are still wonky. So half the matches are dropping or end up being laggy, and I'm noticing with the rebalancing they did in the last 2 years, they basically ruined a few characters. Like, Velma is pretty worthless now, and not even really playable, quite frankly. I don't know why anyone would select her. She's so bad. Okay? So... that was Multiverses yesterday. How did the stream do? Well, viewership plummeted as I was playing it. And quite honestly, if it weren't for 1 or 2 people who came in with big contributions, the stream would have been also dead in that regard too.
OIC showed up and dropped a lot of money.
I constantly get people now complaining when I'm playing Multiverses. This game is boring. This game is not Smash Brothers. It tries to be Smash Brothers and it fails. Stop playing it. Alright? Now, by the way, this was after a few months of people asking me, hey, are you going to play Multiverses when it comes out? You know, it's coming out in you know, end of May, early June, right? It's going to be exciting, the full release and everything. So I did what people wanted. They wanted me to check this game out, saying that it was good, or they were interested in it at the very least. And it's out, and now it seems like people have no interest in it at all. The thing is, I am interested in it. The 2 times I played it, I actually had fun. Now, I was disappointed with Velma, that they ruined her. I like Bugs Bunny. I'm having a lot of fun playing with him. I actually want to check out other characters. I want to continue to play. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I can. It seems that the common feedback that I'm getting is Multiverses is not a good game. Don't play it. I'm not getting any actual like facts or corroboration of that. I'm just being told that. It's a bad game. Don't play it.
Guys, I don't get it. You aren't giving me any facts. Well, it's your chat's opinion that they don't like the game. Your chat's opinion that they don't want to support the game. So they don't. What facts are you looking for?
Well, what's bad about it? Maybe because the connections are a little wonky and it drops, right?
And you spend a lot of time staring at a loading screen.
Or, oh, it's not as good as Smash Brothers. Well, no one's going back to fucking play Smash Brothers. The game is ancient now. You understand?
And a lot of people still play it. Way more than they play Multiverse.
It's old. No one is going back to play Smash. It's a moot point. So there's another game from the past that's better than the current one that's new. But this is the current one that's new. This is the one with the new content to explore that people will be talking about. Not fucking Smash Brothers from like 5 years ago. No one cares about that anymore.
Except for, you know, the millions of people who still play it.
So why are we talking about Smash Brothers? Right? I'm not playing it. I'm not going back to it. I didn't really like it when it came out, quite frankly. All right? This actually appeals
Because it's Nintendo and you hate Nintendo.
more to me. But that's the problem. People say, well, play what you want. Well, I want to play Multiverses. Oh, that game sucks.
We contribute to you.
No one likes it, don't play
like
it.
It's a black hole. Because
Okay.
It always seems like no matter how much
I guess that's the feedback
you're
I'm
always
getting,
still in
right?
problems. You're always still in debt. And
Right,
Now let's
guys?
talk about Hades 2.
I agree
Hades
with you.
2, I'm really baffled at this one, okay? Hades 1 was a game that when it came out was PC exclusive for a while, if you remember, and then eventually it got ported to consoles. When it finally did, I finally had opportunity to try it.
And you hated it, every single fucking second of it. He's about to lie say that he liked it, but he absolutely fucking hated it.
Now, by the time that I had played Hades 1, it was already an old game, but I had to wait that long for it to be on console. When I played it, I ended up getting hooked on it and loving the roguelike formula. I was like, oh, this
No, you didn't. You absolutely fucking hated every single second of it.
is actually really catchy. I like this game. It's addictive. It's interesting. I'm having a great time playing it. I had a great audience that would come and interact with me when I played it, give me recommendations for the builds and stuff, and it was a really fun time, okay? So, knowing that Hades 2 was in development and everything, I was excited. Then to hear that it was only PC, I was like, oh, that sucks. Sounds like they're going to do the same thing they did with Hades 1 and take forever to port it to console. Then, oh, guess what? I have a mini PC, and it can play Hades 2. And then Hades 2 Early Access just gets dropped in the middle of May as a surprise release. And people outright asked me, would you play it? I said, yeah, I would. We got to have a time when I finish up what I'm working on. But once some of these game playthroughs start wrapping
Yes, you waited to play it. You did not play it right away. You waited and waited and waited and then finally got around to playing it when it was already weeks old. Not white hot popular. Weeks after it came out. And being early access, like, alright, played it, beat this, beat that, did this, did that. It's like, well, until the rest of the game comes out, you really can't do much more because you get to this part. Oh, hey, congratulations. You still died because we haven't finished this part of the game yet. Oh, you go the other path. Congratulations, you beat this person, but yeah, you still die anyways because, yeah, we don't have that part of the game built yet. Sorry. So, DSP, by the time you got around to playing it, weeks later, people already moved on because everyone else who wanted to play it, played it. No, did the bottom path, did the top path. I went, alright, well, until the full game releases, there's not much else to do.
up. Absolutely, I'm all over it. Let's check it out. Why not? Right? And so, with Hades, now
And he's still
out,
vibrating and
early
shaking.
access on PC. You guys voted for it, nominated and voted for it for my Indies Marathon. I think it was the second most voted game. The first was that Noita game, and this was number 2. Okay? So I'm like, oh, neat. All right. Let's give it a shot. Sounds good to me. I liked the first one. Played it during the Indies Marathon. Loved it. Wow, this game is great. I wish I could play more, but I got to move on to other games today. But I even said then, let's put it into the rotation. And it seems like there's big pushback. Why? Because this is early access and the game's not done yet. I'm
It's
like,
not, but it's
yeah,
still
but
ton
how
of
much
fun.
content is in it? Oh, about 20 hours. 20 hours of content in a game, and you want me to play it? You want me to wait? It just seems like there's this weird
I don't know if it's 20 hours, but
mentality when it comes to PC gaming. Is there some weird unspoken code that you don't play the game if it's unfinished or something? A lot of people play these games in early access, do they not? Why else would they offer it early access? I don't get it. So I'm in a unique position, okay? I can play a PC game when it's brand new, white hot popular among the PC gaming community.
Or in your case, wait for weeks before playing it again. You have never played a game when it first came out for some reason, when it's on PC or anything like that. You wait weeks. Sometimes months, sometimes years. You sometimes go years. You sometimes go years. Fucking years before playing a game. And then you get mad when people don't fucking show up. You get mad when people don't show up and give you lots of money for playing a game years later. Or you finally do get around to playing it years later. People do show up and they help you. They give you advice. They give you tips. They give you money. Like with Minecraft. Someone was actually going into his Minecraft server and doing the builds for him because he was too fucking lazy to do it himself. But eventually, money started drying up. It was too much work for him, i.e. the person got tired of building the world for him, and so he dropped it.
I decide I'm going to do it, so this is an oddity for me, and now I'm being told, you've done the wrong thing.
They didn't tell you did the wrong thing, they just told you waited weeks to play the fucking game again.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm being told you don't jump on things when they're popular enough. You should do them as soon as they come out. Okay, I did. I'm playing
No, you didn't.
Hades 2 right now.
You waited fucking weeks to play it, jackass.
You play more PC games. You don't play enough. Okay, I'm doing that right now with Hades 2, right? Oh, but no, you did the wrong thing. Last night when I played Hades 2, we had less than 200 viewers, okay? People that were there were engaged, don't get me wrong. But if it weren't for a big tip that came in from one particular person who actually
Oh, I see.
was someone who had supported my original Hades playthrough as well, that stream would have been absolutely dead for support. I'm not kidding you. And if you don't believe me, check out the videos right now on the channel, okay? Just look at them right now. 2 hour-long playthrough parts. New build. I unlocked new weapons, new build. Actually fought a boss and beat it for the first time. Fought another boss and lost to it. Those videos have 221 and 145 views. One of them doesn't even have a single like.
Womp womp. But those are your usual views, DSP. Those are literally your normal views. Unless it's a part 1 of a video game or the last part of a video game, you always get low fucking views.
So what am I missing? Because I listen to feedback. Okay, I do. I listen to feedback. I'm trying to understand what it is that my audience wants. By listening to said feedback, I've been told, you got to play games when they're brand new and they're popular. I'm doing that. You got to play more PC games. I'm doing that. Right? You got to have more variety for your streams. Don't only play the big AAA mainstream games. That's too boring. Branch out and do other things. I'm doing that. And this is the response I get.
Because you did it too fucking late. Holy fuck, this video is going on a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.